So to continue on this question that I got, and again, I'll just read it. Small businesses fill out simple application and then can get loans that will be fully forgiven if the money is used, and I think it's up to 75% of the money, is used to keep employees on payroll or quickly rehire those who have just been laid off. It covers up to 8 weeks of payroll, including benefits. A smaller part of the loan can also be used to cover interest on mortgage, rent, and utilities. The problem is that the federal government, and I'm of two minds about this. I don't know that this is the problem necessarily because they have to do something, but I think this was too, as this is coming together, it looks to me to be too generous. And that is the federal government is throwing in $600 a week, or is it up to $600 a week for unemployment? Meanwhile, the states are somewhere around $350 to $400 a week in unemployment. That makes for $1,000 a week in unemployment. Now, if that's true and that happens, and I believe that's the reason why I'm hesitating and saying I believe that's true, is the application to fill out for the Paycheck Protection Program has changed 5 times.
Yeah.
The online, we were on the, anybody go back and listen to our last podcast. We were on the podcast. We released it the next day. I had Billy look something up on the screen, and it had changed from the time the website had changed. The design of it had changed from the time I looked at it an hour before to the time we came in to do our podcast. So, I mean, this thing is very fluid, but I'm fairly certain of these numbers that it's $600 and $350 or $600 and $400. It's $1,000. So essentially, it's $3,500 to $4,000 a month in unemployment. Now, for people used to making twice that, right? It's not enough money. But unemployment's not meant to replace your job, except that the government took your job. See, that's the problem here. I've always been critical of the government and unemployment, particularly in 2008 and 9. I think that the Obama administration expanded unemployment. I think it was expanded, I should say, 110 weeks or some incredible number. There were jobs, I had them, that were unfilled, but people just got on unemployment and stayed on unemployment. And that's part of the problem, too, is people go on unemployment and they stay on unemployment. And so that's exactly what we had in 2009, 10, and 11. And I think it slowed down the recovery because so many people were on unemployment, even though there were jobs out there. In this case, the unemployment isn't for us as long, but it's awfully generous. And so it's generous for the lower end and probably not generous enough for the upper end, but it's not meant to replace income. In this case, it looks like it does. And so if that's the case, then you're getting paid to bring back employees, but if the employees can go get more money on unemployment or the same money on unemployment, the question is, why wouldn't they do that? And that was the question that I was being asked.